Sorry if there's any slight change in lighting here, but I did finish the vlog, but I've just been onto Twitter and saw this picture and had to come back online because that infuriates me. Show some respect to the fans that travelled hundreds of miles, not just today, but hundreds of miles to other matches, and stay as far away from that man as possible. If you want to go see him afterwards because you've been friends with him for 8 years, that's fine, but in public don't go anywhere near him because you're just making us look like a laughing stock. So show some of the fans that travel all this way week in week out some respect, and don't go off hugging and all nicey when we've just put in one of the most lifeless performances I've ever seen Arsenal put in. So do not do that. At the 8-2 match last season I was there, and for the last 20 minutes Arsenal fans just never stopped singing "We love you Arsenal, we do," because there was nothing else to do, because watching the game was so painful we just thought, you know what, we're going to sing. Well, it was 10 minutes before the end of the game that exactly the same thing happened again, because the match was so woeful, we were so poor, we had nothing else to do, so we thought we're just going to sing and enjoy ourselves and support our club. That picture is not you supporting the club. You're doing yourself no favours and you're showing no respect to us. So for the last 10 minutes, Arsenal fans were doing this non-stop for 10 whole minutes. And yet at the end of it, you're all happy, nicey, jokey with the person that you sold, that if we still had, we might actually be doing well in this league. The worst start under Arsene Wenger for 18 years this season. 18 years we have not started the season this bad. Yes, we've had tough fixtures, but come on, with performances that we've shown, we don't even play nice football anymore. Let's be honest, we haven't played nice football except for when we smashed Southampton 6-1 and they're the whipping boys of the league. It's a joke, and pictures like that, Wenger, wind us up because it's showing no respect. It shows that the club is an embarrassment and doesn't care. And I can tell you that the fans at that match, we did care, and that's not good enough. Where do you begin with that one? Well, I'll start off with the starting lineup. Santos shouldn't have been near the team. Why not play Sanya there and have Jenkinson at right back, because Jenkinson's been outstanding, so it's a safe job to do that. Or even put Koscielny in the middle and put Vermaelen out wide. Vermaelen would probably have done less damage at left back than he did at centre back. And then you've got to question Ramsey on the right wing. Again, why is Ramsey starting in that position? He kills our attacking play. He kills it stone dead. Because he just lingers slightly off centre to the midfield and on the odd occasion on the wing, but he can't run past anyone and he can't trick or skill past anyone. It means that their fullback and their winger can tuck in and do whatever they want. They can position themselves disregarding where Ramsey's going to be because they know he isn't a problem. So it's not difficult to defend against him, and that means that they can squeeze play elsewhere, which makes it impossible for us to play a game anywhere else. That side lacked any pace. There was no pace in that side. In terms of performances, Giroud seems to have been taking jumping lessons from Mertesacker, who's taught him how to jump down. I just don't understand why he can't jump up against Ferdinand. I don't understand why Vermaelen, it was ever made captain. It becomes more and more ludicrous every week. He is not a starting player. He needs to be dropped at some point because the mistakes he is putting away are disgraceful. So Koscielny needs to step in at some point and be given the chance. But because Vermaelen's captain, we can't get rid of him in that starting lineup to say, actually, Vermaelen, this isn't good enough. Let's not forget, he resided over years and years of the worst defensive records Arsenal have ever had in any of the leagues, let alone just in the Premier League. And yet he's captain. He's costing us goals and should be dropped, but we can't. It's a joke. Sanya did all right. And then in midfield, you can't judge them because they were so closed down because of the lack of width and lack of pace. Podolski has run out of goodwill from his original good start to the season. He's run out of it. He needs to be dropped and told, you need to improve, or told, you can rest, because he's so not performing as he was at the start of the season. Possibly because he's not getting the service, but more likely because he's just not in the positions that he needs to be in. He gets so central, it's just closing the play up. So he's on top of Sani Cazorla, he's on top of Arteta, and it's just impossible to work around. Jackie Wilshere, this is going to bring me on to Arsene Wenger. He got it wrong in terms of the actual tactics, and he got it wrong in not taking off Wilshere. Everyone could see that Cleverley and Wilshere were going to get sent off. The referee, fair enough to him, fair enough to the referee, saying, well, actually, that could have been sending off, I'm going to warn you, to Wilshere. And then when Cleverley did a similar thing, he said, look, I did the same for Wilshere over there, I'm going to do the same here, I want to keep 11 on the pitch. Brilliant, fine. So Fergie reacted to that well and said, I'm worried about this, I'm going to bring on Anderson. Wenger just left it. Inevitably he got a second yellow and got sent off. Now, did he not make the substitution because he had no faith in the bench? if that's the case, why have we got 7 people on that bench and not one that can fill in the midfield? Not one. So either we've got a disgraceful lack of depth and Wenger realises it, or Wenger just didn't want to make the sub. You know, he's at fault because there's no squad depth, or he's at fault because he refused to make the sub because he's stubborn. The tactics and the substitutions were just so far off. Also, Van Persie, he scored that early goal. He didn't celebrate. What's he trying to? What point is he making by not celebrating? Does he not realise we already hate him? It makes no difference whether he celebrates with his team or not. He means nothing to Arsenal anymore. Do what you want to do, and we're going to hurl the abuse at you. What do you think you're gaining points by not celebrating? Jog off down the pitch and celebrate. We don't care. Get away from our faces. And how he wasn't sent off for the foul on Sanya. In refereeing, if it's careless, it's just a free kick. If it's reckless, it's a yellow card. If it's with excessive force, it's a red card. That was a with excessive force tackle any day of the week. Now, I'm going to be at the Schalke game on Tuesday, and I fully expect Arsenal to come out of the traps absolutely buzzing for a win, because I refuse to believe that they can come out for the first half without any sort of interest in the match for another game. All season, we come out and we're not on top form. Wenger has to just say to them, this first 10 minutes, absolutely batter them. Attack, 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 and batter them. Because at the minute, we're just losing games in the first 20 minutes, and it's not good enough. So on Tuesday, I want them to come out the traps absolutely flying. Subscribe for my video, because I'm going to be doing like a vlog of a European matchday experience. So make sure you subscribe up there, and comment about how bad you thought this performance was, and what we need to do to improve it. I think we don't play Ramsey on the wing anymore. We make sure Santos is nowhere near the side, and we drop Vermaelen, and we drop Podolski. Okay, we haven't got the squad depth to cover it, but we need to start doing something, because playing this team again on Tuesday, it just shows that we've got no options. We need to do something, and those are the positions that I do something in. Thank you very much, boom. How do you think the game's going to go today?
Definitely Arsenal 7-0. I'm going to say 6-1 or 7-0.
6-1 or 7-0. Okay, good. That's a good impression of Arsenal fans. And Reading perspective?
I think he's deluded. I seriously think it will go to extra time, but either way.
Extra time, and I'm not getting home, so let's hope not for that.